in-room networking is great, but our world is changing and many people are preferring to meet business associates from the comfort of their home. So lead generation from your desk is paramount today. The next best thing to face-to-face is virtual networking opportunities, specifically designed to give you access to new prospects and partners in an online environment, either in one large group or in breakout meetings. My name is Jackie Lappin, and my mission is to help people get booked and acquire more clients from all of the different types of visibility platforms out there. So now that it's becoming such a great lead generator, I'd like to help you maximize your virtual networking opportunities. It's a different kind of experience without a handshake, a business card exchange, and maybe even a hug. But virtual networking can be as effective or even more effective than in-room networking. One reason is that you may be exposed to a larger number of people in online introductions than in one-on-one meetings where you connect over a lunch table or cocktails. Furthermore, you have a greater opportunity to attract clients from outside of your local community. In today's breakout meeting opportunities, you can connect from 5 to 15 people at a time and tell them all what you do in a well-chosen few words, followed up by an invitation to meet individually or make everyone a free offer. It's like having a megaphone and getting the attention of a full crowd. And just think what happens when you have from 3 to 15 breakout meetings during a conference. Your connection possibilities go way up. Some new technologies are even taking a speed dating approach, 7 minutes to tell your story, and you are on to the next. So to make this an effective strategy for you, let's look at best practices. Let's review technology for starters. You really don't need more than a good webcam and either a built-in or standalone microphone. But make sure that resolution is high quality and then the camera lens has been wiped clean. I recently was on 2 calls where the user screen looked fuzzy, only to discover it hadn't been used in a long time and there was grunge on the camera lens. Lighting is a bigger issue for most folks. Make sure that you are well lit and there are no shadows or glaring lights from the windows. A good idea is to have an inexpensive photography or selfie ring light and place it behind your screen, shining directly back on you. You can get a $35 ring light from Amazon that will work for this purpose. Now let's talk about preparing for events. One thing that will save a ton of time is creating a handy Word document with your contact information, name, phone, email, website, and if you wish to provide it, a short calendar link, all in advance. This way you can cut and paste it again and again without having to waste the time typing it each time. And you can focus on the people and not the chat box. Also, keep in mind that with Zoom events, that when you go in to put the content into the chat box, it is not live unless you put the https:// in front of it. Always remember to do this when putting a web page in the chat box. Another thing you may wish to do is have an irresistible free offer, an online information product, or other item that will capture people's email addresses. You should have this set up in advance. People love free stuff, and offering it in a virtual networking environment is a nice gesture of generosity, even if there's an ulterior motive behind it, getting them into your funnel. Use a short, memorable URL. If you have an account with Zoom, note that you can change your name identification, and it's a good idea to augment your name with either an email or perhaps an identifying slogan. Mine says leads and strategies to get booked. But if you use your email, people can grab it while seeing you on the screen, even if they don't see your contact information because the chat box is scrolling so fast. Now let's chat about making yourself visible. Before you get on board or in the opening minutes, try to get familiar with the ground rules. Every event is different. Do they introduce everyone? Does the host do a promotional pitch before the rounds of networking? Are you allowed to unmute and make comments, or must you wait to be invited? Once you can see the lay of the land, you can see what the opportunities are. Sometimes it's great just to post hellos and introduce yourself to other attendees in the chat box. You can do shout outs for others you know and support them to the rest of the community, verbally or in the chat box. Look for ways you can speak up in the context of the conversation, where you can make a point to say your name, your company, and what you do, and then comment in a non-promotional way based on your expertise. Offer perspective and advice as an expert. And by the way, keep your explanation of what you do to a simple couple of words, a short version of your elevator pitch. So get it honed down before you log on. When you get into breakout rooms, if they need a moderator or timekeeper, a great way to get to know people is to take that role. Everybody loves the moderator if you are kind and gentle in keeping the people to the timetable. And you get to choose if you go first or last. The host will likely set the time allowed for each presenter and may even determine the order of commentary. A common one is to do one round of introductions followed by what you might need, your ask, or what you want to offer, something that you will do or make available to others. Don't forget to post your contact information in the chat and encourage everyone else to do so as well. If you have a second screen like I do, I keep an ongoing Excel file open recording everyone I've met, their contact information, a word to remember what they do, and lastly, do I want to meet them or do they want to meet with me? It's easy to cut and paste from the chat box. The last thing you may want to do, especially if you don't have a second screen, is to save the chat box. On Zoom, you're able to do it from the three little dots at the bottom right of the chat box. Press it and it will open a file that you can save on your computer. I suggest you have a folder already prepared where you can store it and identify the event and the date when you save it in that folder. I've been getting tons of clients this way, and so are many of my colleagues.